On this episode of Youth on the Move, we bring you an art gallery with a unique concept of selling their pieces. And later on, it's a group of boys rediscovering their purpose. Exists in a multi-dimensional world, with art galleries being what many may call the blueprint of the art world. Meet one Gerald Gishuhi, founder and CEO of Unboxed Africa, an art gallery in the heart of Nairobi.
Unboxed Africa is an art tech that finds solutions for visual artists. So we come up with different ideas, concepts, markets to help visual artists grow and have markets, become socially and economically empowered. My ideal work is to look for markets and opportunities for visual artists, so that's what I do.
For many artists, galleries such as Unbox act as the retailers of their iconic masterpiece. But, just like any other industry, the art market is dynamic and vastly expanding. As a result, Unboxed Africa has come up with a profound idea to sell their artwork.
We have a concept that is called a moving gallery. So we work with a lot of artists, so pick their artworks and put it in different places like hotels, Airbnbs, co-working spaces, other than the artwork staying in the artist's house or studio, and there's no potential market that goes into their house. So we put these artworks into rotation in different kind of places. So it's a mini gallery, but it's a moving gallery. The idea was to find markets. So ideally, if you wanted to see art, you'll only see art in a gallery or if there's an art fair. And the amount of people that go to galleries and art fairs are not that much. So you needed to find ways, one, to get clients, and two, to make the artwork being seen by a lot of people. So when we are brainstorming ideas, that's where we came up with it. So we said it's rather, and also talking to artists, because a lot of artists will have a lot of artwork in the house. So we said, why don't we now find other markets? So when it stays in an office where it has traction, and there down it has the details of the artist and someone can buy. So where we place them in different places is a write-up that shows the name of the artwork, the name of the artist, the price, and also tells you that this artwork is for sale.
More than ever, technology is allowing the boundaries of art to be pushed to their extremities. Contemporary art galleries like Unboxed are also following suit to accommodate new art forms. But how does Gerald decide the worth of an art, especially when dealing with a broad range of artists?
We have someone that is called a curator. So the curator is the one who finds the artist and also manages the catalog. Our work is just to find a balance on how we can create market for this artist in their own way. So ideally that's how we work around the artist and the artworks.
According to Gerald, taking the leap into entrepreneurship proves incredibly rewarding. But it comes with a lot of challenges. For him, finding clientele was a daunting task. However, he found ways to maneuver.
Our clients are individuals, first of all. So we also try and find people who love art. Also try and teach people that art is worth an investment. Art is something it's worth that you can buy to put it in your house, to put it in your offices. So individuals, companies, NGOs, so that's most of our clients.
Many people pursue art because they have the capacity to create captivating work. However, Gerald went into the art industry only to sell without any creative aptitude. For him, this was a whole different ballgame.
I did events, or I do events, and I was a creative director. So I went to a friend's showcase, and there were a lot of artists and photographers at that point. But in that conversation, when you're having conversation with people, I noticed that some few things that I got from those conversations, and so I was a bit curious. So curiosity killed the cat, but curiosity for me now went into, so what's all this art world?
As maintained by this young visionary, art, unlike any other product, is personal. Therefore, aside from social media, potential buyers have to interact with art on a personal level.
We do a lot of events. So one of our marketing strategies is an event that is called Strokes and Sips. So it's an event where people come and paint and enjoy, but that is a way of us getting a lot of people to know about the brand and also learn why it's not why artists will price an artwork at, let's say, 50, 60, 100,000. When someone comes to that event and doesn't have the skill, you'll be taught how to do it, but then after that experience, you realize that it's not an easy task as you seem it. So hence, when someone tells you that this artwork is this amount of money, you now grasp the idea that why this person sells this thing at that cost, because it's the skill and it's the time. So that's how. Other marketing concepts, we do a lot of showcasing, and also in events, in other people's events and functions. So that's, I think, one of our biggest marketing tools, and obviously social media, because we also do a lot of social media interactions, and we have an online shop on Instagram and also on the website.
Once upon a time, art belonged to a select few. However, the industry is quickly changing, with more people buying and appreciating art. But there's still a lot that needs to be done.
The art industry in Kenya has grown, but still needs a bit more of change. The biggest problem with it doesn't have proper structures. It has structures, but compared to Western countries, our structure is nothing compared to there. So it's growing slowly. A lot of people now are appreciating art. The industry has changed because now we have things like NFT that has a totally different ball game in terms of the art. It's a growing process. In Kenya, it needs a bit more of investment in it and structure so that it can grow. But it's a working industry, and it's an industry that has a lot of income in it. But I would say structure is one of the biggest things that it's killing the industry. But in terms of the growth, it has a steady, slow growth. But maybe in the next few years, it will maybe peak more better than it is now.
While local art is being made by Kenyans, art collection, dealing, and curating has been visibly dominated by foreigners. However, local gallerists like Gerald are reclaiming their place, curating stories. But the journey for this moving gallery has not been easy.
Unboxed started, so we opened, we launched it, and then 1 week later, COVID came into Kenya. So, and how we were starting it, we wanted to do like a lot of social activity. So I can say starting, so it was very hard. You can imagine you're starting an art company, then COVID happens. the challenge was 101%. We were in operation, but I can say the better part of 2020, it was more of a research-based kind of work than doing anything, because there's nothing. Galleries are closed down, social events are closed down, and art has a very social feeling to it. So I can say that was the biggest challenge going on. Our biggest challenge now is also now still finding markets to make it sustainable.
While 2021 was a difficult year for most, some found highlights that made the year memorable. For Gerald, he found meaning in art.
Art to me is like a lesson, it's like a class. You come, one day you'll be taught physics, other day you'll be taught chemistry. They are different, but it helps you gain knowledge. So to me, art is like a class, because it's never different, it's never the same. So every time you enter into class, you learn a different thing. So every time you stumble upon art, it will also give you a different kind of vibe. Someone will see this artwork, will interpret it in a different way, and you will read it in a different way. So to me, art is like being in class.
Imagine that you're a masterpiece, unfolding every second of every day, a work of art taking form with every breath. For those like Gerald aspiring to go into the art business, here are some quick tips.
It takes time to build something, so the virtue of patience and time, that's one advice I will give. Consistency and commitment to that thing. It may not be something that you do it like every 24 hours, but if you come up with a routine, then you have to stick to that routine. So I'm assuming if you're posting something on social media and if you want it to get traction, you continuously posting it, then you get, over the while, you'll get the traction that you want. So no matter how hard it is or how it gets, keep on doing it. It will take time to mature.
Now that we are aware of various saving and investment strategies, Frank Gitonga will take us through some of the ways we can ensure successful continuity of a business.
Cash is king. Why? Why is cash king? Because we say, oh, it is like the blood. It is what the blood is to the body. That's what cash is to the business. Why? So I want to dive into this and see if we can help you. Now, looking at just how cash operates, assume you start out a business where you're selling shoes. Now, if you're selling shoes, you've got to buy them first or borrow them. So whichever way, but because we're talking about cash, you go and you say, hey, I want to sell shoes, and the shoes I want to sell 10 pairs of shoes to my friends, and I have 10 pairs of shoes, therefore I buy them. Okay, so that's the first level where cash lives. Now, if after you bring the shoes into your shop, or you bring them at home and you'll sell them online, fantastic. Good idea, by the way, doing it online, because you avoid a lot of costs. So you have your 10 pairs of shoes, you spend 20,000 shillings out of just, I don't know the exact price for the type of shoes you want to sell, but say you have 20,000 shillings. So you've bought, and now the cash that you had has left your hands. You no longer have cash. What do you now have? Inventory. You have shoes.
While you are probably on top of metrics such as cash flow and sales projection, you may not be as diligent in monitoring your cash conversion cycle. How exactly does the cash cycle work?
The cash cycle model, this is how it works. You begin with your cash, then you buy materials, but because sometimes you're buying in credit, you have payables. Now, payables is how much money you're supposed to pay out, but it is debt. Okay? So, let's keep going. Next. Then you've made a sale, but you made your sale in debt. So what do you have? Receivables. So you have a lot of receivables, you have a lot of payables. There's a problem. Or you have no actual cash.
Poor cash or lack of liquidity is the main reason many individuals and business struggle financially. So, how can a business sustain a good cash system?
For you to sustain a good cash system, number one, do cash. Rather, don't give credit when you begin your business. Never. Don't give credit because you don't have too much cash to keep borrowing and then owing. Only it's okay because you're young and someone doesn't want to give you credit. Chances that you get credit is very low if you get any. But if you can get it, fantastic. But don't give anyone credit for your shoes.
After the break, it's a group of boys rediscovering their purpose.
Tomorrow on She.
When we had our wedding and we started living together, I actually just realized that I don't know him.
Sometimes even I had to question him and ask him, look, we met when I had a degree, you had a degree. And so it's not like you're helping me.
For women, we have a sixth sense. So many times when you join the dots and you're certain there's something going wrong there. And most probably your husband will not see it.
We're talking about the 5th anniversary.
It's tomorrow at 8:30 p.m.
The number of street children in Kenya has been rising over the years, from about 150 in the 1970s to about 25,000 currently. But where do they go when they grow up? This is where Street Nizers Ministry comes in, a non-profit organization that works with street children and families to better their lives.
My name is Juvenaris. I run a program called Street Nizers. This is for the last 17 years now. Seen transformation of the boy child, and I've really seen a lot of change. And besides that, there are so many programs that we do here at the Street Nizers. We have talent nurturing, we have education, we have rite of passage for the boy child, we have taking these boys to know themselves and spiritual nourishment, because at the end of the day, they need education, they need spiritual nourishment, and they need to discover who they really are, and that is in God. So basically, that's what I've been doing for 17 years. It has been work.
The living condition of street children is one of the greatest challenges facing the African continent. Working in collaboration with the government, Street Nizers finds ways in which they rescue and rehabilitate young boys in hopes of giving them a better future.
Most of the boys, I get them from the street. That is the streets of Nairobi and another part of the country. Because I came to realize it's not only a person who is in the street who has the street mentality, it's a mindset. And from 2005 to now, I've come to realize there are some even boys who are at home with both parents, but their mindset is street. They still have that mindset. So generally, most of the boys are from the streets and also from the environment, from this community. And I've seen a lot of change. I've really seen them coming the way they think this way. And then as they stay here, they start changing their way of thinking. They love to take a shower. They love to go to school. They love the ways of God. They love to discover, and they want to know better way of living than the way they have been living wherever they are. And with that, it has been work and total transformation, which has really also encouraged me to be able to do more than what I've done.
According to the center director, over 10,000 boys have been rescued from the streets. Once the boys are rescued, they go through a 3-part program where the organization reconnects them back to society. Having lost several years, some are thirsty for a second chance. Meet John Robinson, rescued almost 3 years ago, now an aspiring producer and the brains behind the show. How was the idea born?
Due to COVID-19, tulikuja tukakuwa hatuwezi toka nje. Lazima tubaki hapa nyumbani. Na we thought of an idea yenye ingetusaidia to buy hii time yenye tuko ndani nyumbani. Yani hatuendi nje, so we thought of coming up with an idea yenye ingetusaidia ya kubuy hiyo time. Na tukafikiria since tuko na talent sisi wenyewe, tulete hiyo talent pamoja, tuone venye tutaifanya as in ifikie wengine huko nje hata kama hawako hapa na sisi.
Life is a gift, and it offers us the privilege, opportunity, and responsibility to give something back by becoming more.
Purpose ya hii show ni kusaidia vijana wenye hawajajielewa kitalanta wakuje wajielewe na wafuate njia moja, yani yao waweze kujisaidia kwa maisha.
Just like any producer, John Robinson has big ideas for the show, and in his words, he aspires for it to grow in leaps and bounds in a matter of years.
In the next 5 years, I'm saying unveil your dream in a TV, having a TV station and a radio station, tukifikia people countrywide and even worldwide.
The streets of Nairobi, even filled with thousands of people going about their routine, can feel lonely and hopeless for those stuck in the cycle of homelessness. What better way to bring hope where hope was lost than to steer change through talent?
On the ones and the twos, they call me DJ Hyper 254KE.
Regardless of our circumstances, we all have the innate desire to genuinely discover our true passion, and it's only through discovering our passion that we find our purpose.
Ku-DJ, first of all, ilikuwa ni passion, alafu kulikuwa na DJ anaitwa DJ Joe Mfalme. So nikimwangalia nilikuwa nataka kuwa kama yeye. So that pushed me to being a DJ. Saizi hapa hivi nje kuna a lot of things. Na yenyewe kwa kiatu yangu mimi ni youth. So there's things like drugs and etc. So mimi nikiwa hapa hivi I'm avoiding such kind of stuffs.
This group of talented boys have rediscovered their purpose by using their talent to inspire many like themselves. Interestingly, the boys have grouped themselves, each performing a different function to achieve a common goal.
Kwa Unveil Your Dream kama MC Gitch, utanipata as the co-host of our programs. Na pia kwa zile programs hufanya outside the street Nizers Youth Resource Centers are reach out. As in tuna reach out kwa wale maboys wenye wanatumia drugs na pia kwa society. I am the hype MC. Okay! Aha! One thing I love about MCing ni I got that one chance to interact with the crowd one-on-one. Na pia napenda kupass message because in me I feel like there's that zeal which drives me towards people. Bang, 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 bang.
And how does this help?
Inanisaidianga sana ku reach out kwa watu na pia kupass ile information ya niko nayo kwa mtu mwingine, and pia I am a lover of entertainment. So kwa entertainment ikicoincide na music, it's a very good combination. This is a recommendation to all the MCs and all the upcoming MCs out there. Maze, you need to grow your talent. Kama unajua unapenda kubonga sana, unapenda kubanja sana na mayouth hapo nje, just tune what you can say. Ikuwe information inaweza motivate mtu mwingine, na inaweza inspire somebody else. Unajua pia ka MC hapo nje, you need to pass the message. So you need to be a very good in communication. Grow your communication skills and we shall hook up kwa easy entertainment biggie zinakam.
In our world of exponential change and ever-increasing complexity, the power rests with those who act, and especially those who act with self-determination and persistence.
That I realized that when these boys are doing their own, they are discovering themselves, it's very key. So Unveil Your Dream is mainly for their dream, their talents, their giftings, especially dancing, modeling, camera work, DJing, microphone, that is doing MC, decor, cooking. Basically, it's a combination of all the talents that all the young people have, which is done in Iam, but we do it online on our Facebook page, that is the Street Nizers Youth Resource Center. And the boys themselves are being trained by other people from outside, and they're able to train others, which is really making me so happy. And I'm so excited for such a program because they are able to exercise what they want to see in future. And it is really working, and I'm so glad because they are getting it. So it's slow, but they are getting it, and we are going somewhere.
Born to win, alafu country music. Bang, 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 bang.
Change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the change we've been waiting for. We are the change we seek. That's it for tonight's show. Remember, you can share your thoughts, questions, and comments to the SMS line 20316 or WhatsApp 0786 316 316. Also, you can stream your favorite program on the go on our YouTube page, Family Media. As you enjoy, remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button for instant reminders of our latest show. Keep it Family Media.